Hi there, my name is Stanley Steen from Team Deberoo, and in this video we are going to do a full review of AdSterra and their push traffic. So a lot to discuss, let's dive in.
This video is brought to you by Deberoo.com, the #1 affiliate marketing software platform.
Alright, here we are on the homepage of AdSterra, and today we are going to review the AdSterra platform as well as their push option. So we're going to create a push campaign using AdSterra and see how their platform works and if it's any good, of course. So here we are at the homepage. Let's start with checking their homepage, see if we can get some data about the geos that they have available, as well as the traffic, the numbers, etc., etc. Let's see if we can get some intel on their traffic. All right, so let's get started. Global ad network with partner care, founded in 2013. 248 geos, which is pretty good. So a lot of geos are available at AdSterra. Of course, this doesn't say anything about the volume of the specific geo that you want to launch your campaign in. So you always need to check, is there enough volume, enough traffic available in my specific geo? But it is a good start to know that they have 248 geos, because that's quite a lot, and over 28,000 partners. That's all right. All right, so advertisers. Why do we want to work with AdSterra as an advertiser? No matter if you are a newbie or a pro, you get full access to high quality traffic from 18,000 plus direct publishers and our innovative platform features. We deliver a A-class service for brands, agencies, affiliate marketers, and media buyers. Let's see if we can get some more info. 20 filtered targeting, all right. AdSterra's advertising platform, the SSP, is an effective solution to level up your performance marketing and digital advertising strategy. Get started immediately to reach the right audience. All right, so we will be focusing on push, web push they call it. So web push are sent by browsers. They interact with those users who have agreed to get notifications. With AdSterra, you can segment your audience and target only those users who are ready to buy. All right, so verticals that work best with AdSterra. This is very interesting, and I love it when a network says, okay, this is what we're good at. All right, so I don't want a full list of every vertical that's out there. I want to know which verticals specifically work best with this specific network. All right, so AdSterra does that. So let's take a look at the verticals that work best with the AdSterra network. So we have gambling here, subscriptions, as well as gaming and VPN. And then we have software and utilities, sweepstakes, finance, dating, and e-commerce in the inside circle. So I think the right way to read this is we've got top verticals right here in the middle, and then this inner circle, so the software and utilities, sweepstakes, finance, dating, and e-commerce are probably their best performing verticals, and the next best performing verticals are the VPN, gambling, subscription, and gaming. That's how I think you should read this, but still quite a lot of verticals that perform well with their traffic. All right. All right, why choose us? We're going to skip that for now. All right. So we have quite some geos, 248, and we have some verticals that work best with AdSterra. So that is some good information. Now let's go to the inside of the AdSterra platform and see if we can create a push campaign. So I'm going to log in right here as an advertiser, of course. For a affiliate network, for a ad exchange, we are the advertisers, and the publisher is basically the website owner who puts the space available for advertisers, for us, right? So here we go. We are inside the AdSterra platform, and we're going to skip all these first steps. Of course, you want to do that if you just joined, but we are going to go straight to campaigns, and we're going to press create to create a new campaign. All right, so here we are. General, let's give our campaign a name. I'm just going to call it Deberoo for now. The connection type. All right, so that's pretty fast. So the first thing after the campaign name is the connection type, which is fine. I didn't expect it here, but okay. So 3G, Wi-Fi, or all traffic. I like to start out with all traffic, but if you want to focus on a specific connection type, so either Wi-Fi or mobile carrier, you can select that here. But I always like to generate some data before I start optimizing on these kind of things. Then we have the pricing type. So you can choose your own pricing type, CPM, so the cost per 1,000 impressions. CPA works on a CPA goal, and then we have CPC, the cost per click. Depending where you are in your career, you might want to move to a different pricing type. However, if you are new to paid ads, if you are new to media buying, I suggest you just start out with a CPM rate. All right, and then right here we have the ad unit category. So we are going to do push ads, of course. And then we get this warning right here. Push ads are available with standard in-page push templates. For better performance and conversion rate, choose social bar and choose exclusive and customizable push types. All right. We're just going to keep it on push. All right. So I think that means that they don't have classic push. They only have the in-page push option. All right. So if you want to run classic push, then you're probably not at the right address at AdSterra, because they only have in-page push for as far as I can see right now. All right. So the traffic type, mainstream plus adult, mainstream or adult. I think I'm going to go with mainstream for this one. You might want to get to all if it's the right offer, all right? So on these adult sites, not every type of offer is gonna work, all right? So probably a supermarket sweepstakes offer on an adult website is probably not a good match with the audience that goes to an adult website and your offer for a supermarket voucher, all right? You might still want to reach that same audience, but not while they're at a adult website, because that doesn't really match. So depending on that, you can choose the traffic type right here. Obviously, if you have an adult offer, you want to select the adult traffic only, all right? We do not want to run adult offers on mainstream traffic. All right, then right here we have the landing URL, the landing page URL. Please do not paste in your landing page URL, but paste in your campaign URL right here, all right? So we're just going to go with Deberoo.com, but obviously you would type in or paste in actually your campaign URL right here. Device format, so we can target desktop, mobile, and tablet. We cannot choose all. So you have to choose if you want to run on both desktop and mobile, or mobile and tablet, or whatever combination. You probably need to create multiple campaigns. So I don't really like that about AdSterra. If I want to run my campaign both on desktop and on mobile, which doesn't happen that often, to be quite honest. Usually I would either split them into separate campaigns or just run one specific device type. However, I want this option. I want to be able to say, okay, I want this campaign to run on all devices. Even though I might not be using it that often, if I want to test out, if I want to see inside of one campaign, okay, which device is best working for this specific offer, then I want to have the option to have it both on desktop as well as mobile, for example. Or if I'm focusing on mobile and tablet might be a good split test as well. So I kind of want to have that option, but it doesn't seem to be, oh, it is all by default. Okay, so, oh no, that's the traffic type as in mainstream and adult. So the device format, I cannot choose all. So you have to pick just one, all right? However, let's continue. Landing preview, this is optional. To speed up the verification process, upload a screenshot of your final destination URL. So that's quite nice that they have this option. So if you want to launch as soon as possible and you want your ads and as well as your landing page to be approved and to start generating some traffic, then you can add some screenshots of your landing page right here so that the verification process can be speed up, all right? Then we have the countries. So we can manually select or bulk input if you have everything ready. But we are going to manually select since is that probably the option that you will select most of the time. The country. So let's select a country and let's see what kind of traffic they have for Mexico. Mexico minimum CPM rate is $0.3 and the recommended CPM rate is 10 cents, it seems like. Yep, that is 10 cents. All right, and with that 10 cents CPM, the expected volume for this country is 140,000 impressions per day. Let's see what happens if we make it to 11 cents. If we go on top, slightly above that recommended CPM, the impressions per day, the expected volume for this country does not change. So that means that we might as well keep it on 10 cents since that will save us 1 cent per every 1,000 impressions. All right, basically it's a 10% reduce. So if we don't get any more traffic, then we just keep it on this. Let's check out what happens if we put it on 9 cents. Okay, so then it drastically go down. So that recommended CPM is pretty good if we want to get the most volume that we can without paying too much. So we're going to add this. So right here you can see countries, Mexico, 10 cents. If we want to add another country, if we want to run in multiple countries the same campaign simultaneously, we can. So we just add, for example, after Mexico, maybe you want to add Panama is not in here. Oh, it is. All right. So Panama, if we want to add Panama as well, let's wait on the recommended CPM. That's going to be 3 cents. And the expected volume with 3 cents CPM is 3.4 basically impressions per day. Okay, of course. All right, so you can add multiple countries to your campaign. We're just going to leave it with Mexico for now. All right, then we are at the creative section. So what I like very much about AdSterra is that we can choose our own creative template. All right, so this is the general black template. We also have the Mac operating system style that will look like this. The Windows style that will look like this. All right, so you can choose your own template in which you want your creative to show, which I really like because this way you can make sure that it looks all coherent, that your image and your headline fit perfectly in the right template that you choose for your campaign. All right. Also, if you are promoting to a specific operating system, for example, Mac, all right, then you might want to choose a creative template that fits that specific operating system, right? So this will fit a Mac operating system perfectly. And then if you want to run Windows, for example, then this will look very cool on that type of style. All right, so very cool option that they have the creative template. Let's just go with social WhatsApp. What does that look like? All right, now we're gonna go with the general black creative template for now, but feel free to pick any creative template that you want. Then we have the title, and for the title with AdSterra, we have 30 characters. All right, so you have 30 characters for your headline. All right. Then we have the header. The header is basically some sort of sub-headline that will show underneath your primary headline. It's not really like a description because usually a description is a little bit longer than the headline. In this case, for the header, we have another 30 characters. All right. Deberoo header 1. And then we have the description. which is different than some of the other descriptions. Like I just mentioned, usually a description can be a little bit longer than the headline. In this case, we do not have the option to create a longer description. The title is 30 characters. We do get the option of a header of another 30 characters, and then we have the description of another 30 characters as well. So basically you have these 3 blocks, these 3 lines that you can use, and they can all be a max of 30 characters. So let's do Deberoo description 1. All right, so then it would look something like this. We have the headline, we have the header, and we have the description. All right, 3 lines that you can use. They all have the same character count, so make sure you make good use of them and that it's in a right flow. All right, so the headline will capture the curiosity. Maybe the header will hit on that pain point of the user, and maybe the description gives a solution. Whatever works for you, that works. All right, then we have 2 images. So we have an icon right here, which is probably going to be this left one right here. That's going to be a little bit smaller, and we're going to use the same dimensions for this image right here, which seems to be a little bit bigger. So let's open up Canva. Didn't mean to open a new window, but okay. And it was going to be 192 by 192 if I'm not mistaken. That is correct. So we're going to create a new design, 192 by 192. And we're just going to create 2 different photos out of these stock photos of Canva. So first let's use this one, just so that we can see the difference and see how it will get displayed on our push ad. Then we're going to delete this one, and we're going to add yet another one. Perfect. And download that as well. All right, so we now have 2 images. Let's start with this one. Can I drag it in, by the way? Nope. Okay. Clear. All right, so let's pick this one, 23, and then for the other one we're going to use 24. The cropping looks fine to me. Let's see where this left image goes, probably on the left. Takes a while to load though, but whatever. All right, here we go. So, oh, it doesn't show. That's strange. Let's upload the other one, see if that one shows. Here we go. Crop the image. And it's loading. It takes some time to load. And I wonder why that left image doesn't show. Oh, both images don't show. Okay. That is strange. That is strange. I don't know if this is because of the template or because of the image. Oh, so for this template, we only have 1 image. Let's try it again with this template, all right? And for this template, we also have a longer description, 60 characters, but no header. So basically the header and the description are squished together in this specific template. So the template that you choose will also change the format of your ad. All right, so some templates may have 1 image, some may have 2. Some templates may have a title, a header, and a description, all 30 characters. And this template, for example, has a description of 60 characters, but no header. So the image still doesn't show. So this preview frame is very nice, but it doesn't really seem to work. So that is not great. I do not like the fact that I cannot see whether my creative is going to look good or not. But let's continue. So that does work, only the image doesn't seem to work, which is a bit annoying. You want to make sure that your ads look fine, that your images look fine, that everything is uploaded correctly and everything works before you start launching your campaign. So I don't really like the fact that the image isn't really showing right now, but that's probably just some issue that they have right now that they're probably already trying to fix. Okay. Then right here we have the option to add more creatives, of course, which is very nice, but we are going to keep it with 1 for now. Then we have the budget. So we can set a total budget, or we can say unlimited. So we have the total budget, but I don't seem to have any option for a daily budget, but perhaps we will get to that right here under cappings and limits. Time of start. So after the verification, do you want to start immediately? Do you want to schedule the start of your campaign? Or do you want to keep it inactive until you press the start button? All right. Cool. So let's submit this for now. Oh, nope. So don't submit it because we do still have the targeting right here. So targeting type. So we can target on operating system, browser, language, day of the week, time range, and carrier. So quite some targeting options, which is nice. Let's check out the operating systems. All right, so right here you can select specific operating systems that you do or do not want to target to, and then right here the more specifics, so Windows 1.0, Windows 3, blah, 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 Windows Vista, Windows XP, and then right here once you select the specific operating system, you can say this version, later than this version and later, earlier than this version, and this version and earlier. So for example, if we say, okay, 10, let's remove this. So Windows 10, earlier than this version, exclude. All right, so that's how you use the targeting. Let's do another example for language. Yes. All right, so for language it's going to be a little bit different because we can just say include or exclude. So we're going to exclude, or basically we're going to include Spanish. All right, Spanish is the first language of Mexico. So it says language. Yeah, okay, Spanish include. All right, perfect. So that's how you do the language targeting, and any type of targeting basically works the same. Day of the week, you can include or exclude specific days of the week, and we can do the same thing for specific times. All right, so 8 o'clock p.m. till 11 o'clock p.m. exclude or include, whatever. All right, cool. So that's how the targeting works. Very nice. And we have the capping and limits. So indeed right here we have the daily limits, which we just talked about a second ago. And we also have the option for an hour limit, which is pretty cool because that way you can really make sure that you split your daily budget throughout 24 hours. All right. So very nice that we have that hourly budget that we can set. We also have the daily budget and of course the campaign budget that we can set as well. All the way at the top, we have the frequency capping. So how many times can one user see your impressions in a specific time period? So right now it's set on 1 impression per 24 hours, but we can change the hours to days as well if we want. And of course, we can change the amount of impressions as well as the amount of hours or days. Limits of impressions. So I wonder what's the difference here. So 1 impression. Okay, okay, I see. So right here we can set the frequency capping. So how much time does there need to be between 2 impressions for one user basically? So right now there needs to be 24 hours between every impression. And here we can set the limits of impressions that the user might get. All right, so we can say the total limit of the amount of impressions that one user may get are 15. All right, so after they've seen the 15 impression of our ad, we're not going to send any impressions to the user anymore. All right, we can set the same thing for daily. So if we set daily on 1, it's basically the same as the frequency capping, right? So they will get a maximum of 1 impression per day. And even on the limits of impressions, we can also set it on an hourly rate. For example, maximum 1 impression per hour. All right. I probably wouldn't use the hourly function on the limits of impressions. I would probably use the daily or total limits. All right. Budget we discussed. Then we have the advanced settings. So ad placement to blacklist or whitelist. Basically, you can create your own blacklist and whitelist here. So ad placement to whitelist. Then right here, the placements. So you will just paste in the specific placements that you want to whitelist. or a IP range targeting, in which you can select specific IP addresses or a range of IP addresses that you want to reach. Then we have the custom bits, so you can select specific placements or paste in specific placements with their country code and select a custom bid for those specific placements. All right, so we have that campaign bid of 10 cents. That was our recommended CPM for Mexico. But then if we have specific placements that perform very well, that we know, okay, these are going to be our winners or have high potential, so we want to increase the bid on those, we can add that right here. But also, if we have placements where we know that the engagement on our last campaign, for example, was very low, then we might want to lower that bid for that specific placement. All right, so we can do that right here as well. Cool. So after that, we have done everything. We can see a little preview of our settings right here if you want. But basically, we are done with creating our campaign, and all that's left to do is click on submit right here. And then we should be able to continue if it works. Or maybe I forgot to fill out something. Let's check. Yep, Mexico's in there. We have the creative. We have the budgets. All right, it's targeting. We have no targeting, so we're just gonna target the complete country of Mexico. Yeah, looks all good. I don't know why it's not submitting. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, so it doesn't seem to submit. Let's try to refresh. I hope we don't lose everything here. We did. Okay. Let's do this real quick. Our connection type, that's fine. Cool. We're just gonna skim through this because we just did this. We're gonna do push, of course. And we did Mexico at the 0.1 price. Perfect. All right. Headline, header, and description, depending, of course, which template you choose. Let's upload these images. It would be great if they do work this time, so let's check that out as well while we're at it. All right, this is being uploaded and being cropped into the right dimensions. So they give you the option to crop in case it's not in the right dimensions yet, but I always like to use Canva to make sure that it's already in the right dimensions that they need to be. All right, so that one is uploaded. Let's upload the other image as well, just to make sure we have everything filled out and we can actually submit this campaign. Because if we're not able to, that's going to be a big problem, of course. So we need to check this real quick. So we're going to add this last image. I'm going to set this on keep inactive. And then we should be good to go, but we still can't click on submit. All right, so there seems to be something wrong with the campaign creation option in AdSterra. So let's just do the end review. Overall, I really like their targeting options. There are some minor parts that I missed with the targeting. For example, having both mobile, desktop, and or tablet in one campaign does not seem to be an option with AdSterra. However, I do really like the fact that we can choose our own template for the push notification, all right? So we can select out of a lot of different templates and we can select the one that we liked best. However, also a part that I really did not like about AdSterra, the preview option does not seem to include our images. And I want to see what my ads will look like, how a user will receive my push notification. because if I'm not able to see those images in that preview, I'm not able to fully see how a user will experience my push ad. All right, so that's a problem. And of course, the submit option does not seem to work for me, which is also a very big problem. So I hope you will not encounter these problems. If you do, or if you don't, please let me know in the comments. I'm very curious how AdSterra works for you. And that's basically going to be it for this video. So of course there is always more to come, so stay tuned for any new videos coming out on this channel. And for now I want to say thank you very much, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.
This video is brought to you by Deberoo.com, the #1 affiliate marketing software platform.